Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast for myself called the Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out of the way, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. Rebay, it starts off when it last left off. Rebay was staring at the broken vase that he made for her mother, Hinata. So basically, Karaki was staring at the broken vase that he accidentally broke that Hinata made for her mother. So basically, he decided to, is to get Boruto off his back, and make things right. He decided he wanted to go buy a new one for the one he broke. So basically, Naruto was again, I'll show you around the village then. So basically, Naruto agreed to show him around the village, show him around the village, and also help him get a new boss, a new base that he broke, that he made broke. So that he accidentally broke it. So basically they was heading into town and whatnot, and they spotted Chozo and Sarada at the takoyaki stand. So Chozo was trying to figure out what flavor of takoyaki he was buying. There was like six different flavors of takoyaki. She was trying to figure out which one to get, and that's when Naruto and Karaki showed up. It's and Naruto's oh hey girls, and they say hey, so basically Naruto wants some teriyaki and convinced Ribe to try some teriyaki. So basically Naruto said, don't worry, I'll pay you the teriyaki, and Chozo decided to get all six flavors because she couldn't make up her mind, and Naruto was don't worry, get whatever flavor you want, I'll pay for it. So basically, we would order some chocolate, order a chocolate teriyaki flavor one, and Chozo got her 6 teriyaki in glass, and Sarada is tag along with Naruto and Karaki. Meanwhile, Boruto came back to the house he forgot something, and he was wondering where did Karaki and Dad go. So basically, his mom said that they went into town. His mom and sister said they went into town your father went to go show Karaki around the village, and also get a new base, a new boss that to replace the one that he broke, that he made for my birthday and whatnot. So anyway, so basically Boruto found that kind of strange. So anyway, thought that was kind of strange, and so basically meanwhile, meanwhile somewhere else in the village, we see Naruto being greeted by the villagers while he was walking walking in the street beside Sarada and Karaki. A boy accidentally bumped Karaki, and Karaki, his right hand that transformed into a big hand almost was about to crush the transform and start to almost about to crush the shell of this boy, but lucky that Naruto stopped him. Naruto was no, he wasn't trying to hurt you, he just accidentally bumped into you. So basically, Sarada said, what the hell is wrong with you? No. So basically Karaki is oh, my bad. But Karaki said, I was taught that, talk to always don't that you take out always to look out for people who try to that come next to you and stuff, and take that person out. So basically, Sarada was telling him that kind of messed up. He was just his boy, and Sarada checked on the boy. The boy was okay, and the boy went on his way with his friend. And everything was cool after that, but Sarada was still pissed off about that. So anyway, they got to flower shop, and they went inside. So basically, this is a good place to buy a boss. So basically, Naruto, was in her flower shop, and Naruto started to talk to like, like we heard about a boss, we heard about a boss for we heard about a flower boss. So basically, like, and was like, okay then, and that's when Naruto whispered to like, I want you to check out the sensory system, I have a feeling something might pop off. So basically, like, whispered to was like, okay, then I'll check it out once you guys are done here. So anyway, the sensory system that could, the sensory system that detects people's chakra, there's a sensory system that detects attacks people's chakra inside the village. Any unuseful chakra signature, Ino's clan will, if a person has an unuseful chakra signature, Ino's clan stop that person from entering the village and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, like, Weebay picked up a boss. He felt that, it felt like that represented he was sorry from thinking he made boss. So anyway, so basically, was like, I even did use some flowers to go with that new boss. So basically, while was putting the flowers in the boss, Weebay started to have a flashback that forced him to have sort of like a panic attack that activated the mark on his hand, and he started to have a panic attack about how Jigen, how Jigen experimented on him, and about the people, about the others that Jigen also experienced along with Arto. So basically, he started to freak out. He actually dropped the boss while was trying to put the flowers in. So basically, he had like a panic attack, and Naruto told parents like, Sawada, and Naruto was like, calm down, it's okay. So basically, like, Karaki was like, I'm sorry, I just had, I had bad flashbacks. So anyway, so basically they got another boss. They got another boss just like the one So basically they got another boss. Lucky that had another exact same boss of the one he dropped. And gave it to him. They got the flowers and the head. So basically, like, and that's when Twilight parted ways. He's like, one day I want to be the Kage one day, and I'll make sure to help people just like you, Karaki, and like, and Sarada laughed. She's like, like Karaki is like, she doesn't even know me, and like, she want to help people like me, even though she doesn't know me. And Naruto say like, yeah, she wants to do that, and plus, I think that you made a fool. I think that you and her, I think that he made a friend of you, and Clarky dismissed it, and they headed back home. So basically, when they got home, Naruto and his sister was outside. Karaki showed up and gave Boruto's sister the new boss to replace the one that he broke and that she made for her mother's birthday and whatnot. So basically, like, Hime was happy with the boss and whatnot. And Boruto was kind of like, well, I'm gonna admit you did a good thing but this is not what I meant by you apologizing for breaking her boss. So basically, like, that's the whole reason. So basically, Karaki said the whole reason why I went out to get this new boss, it was to apologize. So basically, Boruto gave, went off and, before he left, he gave Karaki some glue, and when Boruto met that he wanted Karaki to say sorry, he wanted him to fix. He made he wanted to fix. He wanted Karaki to fix. He made broken boss, not buy her a new boss. So basically, like, Karaki was like, damn it. So basically, Karaki was thinking, he should have said so in the first place. Like, I wouldn't have gone for all that trouble if he would have told me he wanted to fix his sister's boss instead of me buying a new one. So anyway, outside the Hidden Leaf Village, we see Delta and Kojin outside, and Kojin was explaining to Delta that the century system that the Hidden Leaf Village got, so basically, like, the century system, senses people's chakra, inside the village. So basically, any unusual chakra, Ino's clan, the century unit that is made up Ino's clan will stop that person, will find that person's unusual chakra center and stop that person immediately. So basically, like, we're talking about the whole century system, and that's when Kojin hopped on top of the wall near the main gate of the Hidden Leaf Village, and nothing happened. So basically, somehow, I'm not. If you haven't read the manga, I'm just saying that he did not set off the century system alarm. So basically, when he hopped over the wall, the chakra century system did not alarm didn't activate. So basically, Doctor was like, wait a minute. So basically, Doctor was kind of shocked that the century system didn't activate when Delta hopped on top of the wall near the main gate of the Hidden Leaf Village. So anyway, Kojin told Delta, you better stay here while I go look to Karaki. That way, so basically, Kojin didn't want to start any trouble. He wanted to locate Karaki and see that he could take him quietly without any problems. So basically, Kojin wanted Doctor to stay there. That way, he can, find Karaki, and take him while dealing with anybody else in the village knowing. So anyway, the episode ended. So basically, this is how the episode ended with Karaki, lay on the bed looking at the glue that Boruto gave him, and this on the couch that Boruto gave him, and this to fix, Hime's base, and this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. So anyway, this is a good episode of Boruto. Shit is about to get down now. So anyway, like always, this is your Michael from Screw Reviews. Sign off. 1.